For today's first impressions video for Marvel Strike Force, we'll look at a character that, if you are aiming on unlocking Black Bolt when he comes around, he'll be a legendary character, but he'll be available in January. But if you're looking to unlock him, you probably got to buy the pack, because Heimdall is the character we're looking at. He will be available in a campaign in around about 2 weeks. I think it's going to be pretty tight to get 5 stars on him without the pack, and it is unfortunately the $50 pack because he's a 3-star unlock. But I went ahead and I've bought him so we can do this first impressions. So in the video, what we'll do first is we'll open 10 of the red Star Orbs. From there we'll unlock Heimdall. We'll get him up to 3 stars at an absolute minimum. We'll then check out his stats, we'll talk about his tags, we'll have a look at his abilities and let you know how high you actually want to level them. And then following on from that, we've got 2 gameplay segments, one to show off his animations, and then the second one where we go up against Ultimus in Nexus 5.9. and actually Ultimus has been buffed, so I wonder if it'll be the buffed version we go up against. That should be quite interesting. But let's jump in and we'll get the red Star Orbs opened first. So it's just 10 orbs we've got to open here, but I'll have enough to get an elite orb, so once I've opened the 10 we'll go for an elite as well. Unless of course I get a 7 red star for Heimdall. I think it's pretty doubtful though, given my luck. Let's see what we're getting here. There's a free, that's actually decent. To be honest, free is 10%. And there's a 1. What's that? Oh, a 4? Very nice, getting an absolute ton of them. I'm not going to open the elite then, because there's a very strong chance I could actually get like another 4-star Heimdall, which would be a massive waste, so I'll wait till the next character. So the cable I used to record actually fell out there. It's not the best of cables, it plugs into my phone. Unfortunately we missed, I think it was 1 or 2 openings there before I realised the cable came out, but there was nothing special. I've still got that 4-star Heimdall anyway, but let's keep going. Another 2 to open. 4 stars are 20% boost, so I'm happy with that. So there we go. Let's from here go in and we'll open the Heimdall orbs, and it's just 8 of them we have to open. So here's hoping that my luck continues then. By the way, it's a 3-star unlock and you'll have the 3 red stars activated straight away as well. I think maybe I've used up my luck with the red stars there. There's a blue. There's only 12. It's really a purple you need to see. Although with this pack I'll get them to 5-star anyway, and that's good enough. Keeps me on track for Black Bolt anyway. Final one. Another blue. 20. That's decent actually. So let's see. It was 82 we got there, so yeah, 3-star he will be. So let's go in and then let's get him actually ranked up now. 137 shards we've got then. So how many we need into 4-star? Let's see if I can do quick math and fly. 43. It's not too bad. I'll get that in no time with the campaign. So level wise, I don't really need my Asgardians that high because I'm not really using them too much at the moment, although Hela is absolutely amazing. I've been playing around with her a bit more, and I'm probably going to do a video talking about her. She's really awesome. I maybe overlooked how good she actually is when I done the initial first impressions. So we've got them ranked up to 60. We should now have, yeah, there we go. We've got an equip all button. So I'm going to do that. Let's just see. It still actually goes into this screen, so that's nice having that. But what I'll do again, I'll just edit past this part. The gear crunch really is real then, so it's only tier 8. I got them up to and I've stalled already. So if we look at the traits anyway, it's Hero, Cosmic, Mystic, Brawler, Asgardian and Galactic Warrior. You're going to want to run them with the Asgardians, but you could do some things with the Cosmic tag, for example with Thanos, can provide energy for you. You've got the Mystic tag, which ties in with supernatural characters, and then he's a Hero Brawler as well, so for a bit of fun until you've got the full Asgardian team, maybe throw them in with Miss Marvel and see how that works out. But stat wise, I put them into the spreadsheet already. So health's coming out in A, so he looks to be really beefy, and to be honest, I actually expected him to be a protector rather than a brawler class, but a brawler he is. His damage is a C, which is a bit on the lower side, but if he's got high multipliers on his skills, that'll make up for that. Armour's an A, so with that health rating being A and armour being A, he's really going to be pretty tanky, to be honest. His focus is a D, resistance is a D, and then finally, way down here, we've got a flat 100 for speed, and that comes in at a D as well. So that is the stats and the traits. Let's have a look at the abilities now. First one, if we start off here, it's the basic, which is Hofund Slash. So attack primary target for 260% damage to primary target, and that's strange the way that's worded actually, and gain an assist from a random Asgardian ally. Depending on who that is, the damage could really ramp up there. If you max it out, and I would say it's not worthwhile doing, you get an additional 50% damage to a single target. Not worth it at all there. We then have Divine Foresight, so you can use this turn number 2. So this one here, you flip stealth on each enemy. Now I'm pretty certain when you flip stealth, it actually turns into bleed, because there's no equivalent actual buff that it can flip into, or debuff that it can flip into. So in that case it should be bleed. So you'll be putting a bleed on all the enemies that have stealth. You attack all enemies for 280% damage, 75% chance to clear heal block from self and all Asgardian allies. If you max it out, and I would say it's worthwhile doing because you're attacking all enemies, you get an additional 50% damage on everyone, and you're always clearing heal block from self and all Asgardian allies, and something like heal block can really mess you up, so having that 3 out of 4 chance to clear it is simply not enough. You want it to be guaranteed so that when you need it, it is available for you, so I'd max that out. The ultimate is Sworn Oath, so you'll use this turn number 1, allow 4 turns to charge, attack primary target for 310% damage, attack all adjacent targets for 280, and then apply heal block to primary and secondary targets. Maxed out an additional 50% damage to primary and secondary targets. I don't feel this one would be worth maxing out because it is just primary and secondary, and you're not grouping everyone together, so you won't be hitting everyone the way you would on your actual special that we would max out. Finally, the passive anyway, it's the All-Seeing Eye, and there's a lot going on here. So you gain 10,000 resistance against blind, and Asgardian allies gain 10,000% resistance against blind as well. So Magneto turn number 1 won't be doing anything for them. You then gain 20% focus. Asgardian allies gain 20% focus. That'll help because there's a lot of debuffs going on with, let's see, you've got stun on 4, you've got Loki with his defense down, and then you've got Hela spreading a lot of debuffs as well. So that focus will be really important for the team overall. Also on turn, heal self for 5% of max health plus 5% of max health per non-minion Asgardian ally. So Loki's summons don't count, and Greg, who is Hela's summon, doesn't count. But if you're on a full Asgardian team, then you're looking up to 25% health each turn. Really pretty crazy that, considering his health rating's way up at an A. So if someone gets 7 red stars on him, he's going to be really hard to take down. But next up, we've got the obligatory ward defense tag here. So on ward defense on spawn, apply defense up to 3 random Asgardian allies for 2 turns. If you max out, and I would say it's possibly worthwhile if you're in an alliance that goes really heavy on winning wars, then this would be worthwhile maxing out, otherwise I wouldn't bother. But if you max it out, gain 10% focus for self and Asgardian allies, that pulls up to an additional 30%, and then on ward defense on spawn, you apply that defense up to all Asgardian allies for 2 turns. So that is his kit there. We'll spin him round. It's Idris Elba edition we've clearly got here for Heimdall as well. So that's his model. Let's jump in now and we'll check out his animations. There we go. I was hoping he would actually come in via the Bifrost, and he did indeed. I was expecting to say that, oh, I'm disappointed the Bifrost wasn't there, but it is. So that's nice. So let's see from here. We will be hitting all of these targets, taking them out. So here we go. Bifrost again. Oh, that's nice. Awesome. That looks really good. Actually, I do like that one. Hopefully we can get some nice attacks on the basic as well, because generally characters have quite a few. And we're going to hit everyone. This could actually be a very quick stage. For that reason, let's actually just use the basic for a few hits here and see what we get. We'll use it a few times, 2 or 3 times, see if we get a different animation, and then we'll finish up with the special there, which attacks everyone. There we go. That was nice, charging his sword with the Bifrost. Graphics look a little bit like my graphics with my graphics card overheating. I'm playing a game, but it still looked pretty nice. There we go. We'll see if we can get the ultimate again. We should be able to. So here we go for the ultimate here. just be the one target we're hitting, I believe, with positioning. Yeah, it's an awesome animation on that. It's really nice. And then we'll do the basic just one more time, see what we get. Just regular attack again there, and then we'll finish up with a special that we've not seen yet. So let's see what this looks like. This one here anyway, here's a tooltip for it. Okay, charging the sword again and doing a slash. So there we go, that's his animations. They are pretty nice. I like the whole integration of the Bifrost into them. Let's jump in now and we'll take an Asgardian themed team up against the recently buffed Ultimus. So this is the team we'll be using to go up against Ultimus here. So we've got our 4 Asgardians that are out so far, and final one will be Sif. Now she's the protector, so I will be missing that a little bit here, and that's how I put in Scarlet Witch, so she can bring some survivability to our team. So here we go, let's jump in and see how we get on. So I'll keep the animations on ×1 because I believe that one of 4's, its actual skills has got a new animation as well, so we'll see if we manage to find that. There's Greg dropping in for us. There's Greg going already, although that will help us. There we go, and the speed bar goes down. The reason I believe you have that is I actually seen someone that got stuck in an endless loop. They had a maxed out passive in Black Panther that was given the full speed bar on kill, and they kept actually killing Greg, and it just kept looping and looping and looping because Greg was the only character that was actually left. So I believe that's why the speed bar goes down by 10% to stop that happening there. But here we go. I don't think we'll finish this one within the 4 hits like we normally do because the characters are on the lower side and it's not really a heavy damage team we've got. Let's see. So on Hela, we've got that disrupted there. And then we've also got this. Let's just go for this. That was blocked there. And then we could extend that. To be honest though, I actually want some survivability here. I'm just going to put it on ×2 because it's going quite slow. There's Hulk taken out, and let's slow it down again just for this move. There we go, and that's the heal block on as well. And then let's see if we can get anything special on Forgon off here. Nope, it's regular attack. 54,000 crit though, that's really high. Of course with 4 his damage will get boosted with other Asgardian allies, a passive that he's not made use of for a long while, but as you can see it looks like he'll be able to hit like an absolute truck now. That's disrupted and assist as well. Let's go for the return of disrupted. I like to try and take out Ultimus here, but I don't think it's going to happen, but it's just down to the power levels in the team really. Let's go for this again. We've got all our minions. So of course a lot of the passives that are off the number of Asgardian allies, they don't apply to the minions at all, otherwise it would be a bit crazy some of the buffs you'd be able to get. Can probably do decent damage here now with them all and the defense down. There's Greg getting an attack in there. Let's slow this down, see if we get any kind of special animation. No, that's the usual one. Definitely seen a different one earlier. Looks like it's bugged actually. No, it's not. Why is he? Yeah. Was that bugged? Was he stealthed up? Ah, he was stealthed up, of course, from Loki. That's what happened there. I was wondering what that was. Ah, there we go. See it? Very similar to the movie does in Infinity War. We're maybe going to take him down here. It's going to be really close. Exceptionally close. Let's blow up Greg. Thought he was going to get the final hit there. Ah, okay. Looks like the final hit will go to the man of the hour, Heimdall. Already done a team up with Hela. So there we go. That is Heimdall. And as mentioned, he's a character that I don't really think he's the strongest of characters, but the fact that Black Bolt will be locked behind him if you're a completionist, you are going to go ahead and most likely have to get the pack, because it will be really hard to get the full 5 stars just on the campaign alone. But let me know what you think of what you've seen of him so far, and thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you all again soon.